All my dear students, namaste to all. So I have already given you the what's a very important video about what is the manufacture of nitric acid, flow sheet diagram, and also the important chemical reaction of nitric acid with what is the metals. Now today I am giving you the what is the important reaction of nitric acid with non-metals and inorganic compounds. Now important reactions of nitric acid with non-metal and inorganic compounds. So we are talking only the important reaction which are necessary for examination and also for knowledge. Yes. So at first talk reaction with non-metal. So what you see generally asked metal. So one is with carbon. Yes. When carbon is generally asked in what happens. So carbon is reacted with conc nitric acid. Nitric acid, we get carbon dioxide gas, nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen. Yes. So what you see when carbon is reacted with conc nitric acid, when heated, that is the sign of heat. So what we have CO2 NO2 plus O2. Yes. So what the function of this nitric acid? 0 to what you see plus 4. So nitric acid oxidizing agent. So what you get? Carbon dioxide. Now when you what you see balance these ones, what we have? CO2 C plus 4HNO3 and what we get 4NO2 2H2O four NO2 2H2O. So what is it? H2, not oxygen, H2O. So what is it? That is, carbon dioxide, that is nitrogen dioxide. Yes, so very simple chemical equation. Now second one is very important one. Second one is that is very important reaction with phosphorus. Yes. So when white phosphorus is heated with conc nitric acid, we get phosphoric phosphoric acid nitrogen dioxide gas and water. So what is the main reaction is like this. You know, one molecule of phosphorus contains 4 atoms of phosphorus. When heated with conc nitric acid, so what we get? H3PO4 plus NO2 nitrogen dioxide plus what you see water. Yes, so that is phosphoric acid. You can say orthophosphoric acid. Yes, so you know how to balance this chemicals. I have already taught you in 3.2 and 3 episode. So what is the balancing of chemical equation by partial methods? So I have already done there. So at first conc nitric acid decompose water plus NO2 plus nascent oxygen. You know, that is nascent oxygen. So what do you see now? Phosphorus react with oxygen. So what we have? Phosphorus pentaoxide. That is phosphorus pentaoxide. I have already told you the oxide of non-metal generally dissolve in water to what we get? Acid. So what we have? So phosphorus pentaoxide plus H2O, what to get? H3PO4. Yes. So we have to balance by heat and trial methods. What we have? H2 2. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by 2 there. 2 NO2, 2 N, 6 oxygen, 4 and 1, 506. P4, so what we have? 2. So what is the oxygen is? What is it? 10. So what we have? 10. Now P2O5 is 2 is 3. So what is you have to multiply by 2, either multiply by 3. So P2O5. So how many P2O5 over here? 2 P2O5. So what we have? P2 5. So 2P, 4 to the 8, 3, 5 to 8. So it's already. So in this case 2. So what we have to do? We have to, at first we have to cancel this nascent oxygen. How much? 1 oxygen. In this case 10 oxygen. So what we have to do? We have to multiply. We have to multiply by 10. So at first we have to cancel this one oxygen. Then how many P2O5? 2 P2O5. So what we have to do? So we have to multiply by 2. So how much? So that P2O5 is cancel out. Yes, P2O5, 6H2O. 6H2O and what you see? 4H3PO4. No. So what you see? 2 P2O5 plus what you see? 6H2O. In left hand side, right hand side is what you see? 4H3PO4. Yes. So when adding and subtracting, so what you see? Phosphorus is P4. P4 plus what you see? 20 HNO3. 10 to the 20. And what you see right side is 4 H3PO4 plus what we see 20 NO2 plus what you see how much water 4H2O. So what you see in this case 10H2O, in this case 6H2O. So when you substitute what you get 4H2O. So you can write 4S what is 20 then you 4 20 and what you get 4H2O. Yes, it's very important reaction. So reaction with phosphorus. Now the reaction with, so always we have to practice this one. If you practice, you have never problem to write any chemical equation. So what you see third one, reaction with what you see iodine. Iodine. So language at first we have to write when iodine is reacted with conc nitric acid, we get iodic acid, nitrogen dioxide, and what you see water. Yes, so reaction is like this. I2 when heated with conc nitric acid, it is what we have HiO3 plus H2O plus what you see NO2, that is what you see iodic acid. Yes, so now balance by partial method. So at first we have to break this conc nitric acid. I have already give you what you say tools. So conc nitric acid decomposition what we have H2O plus NO2 plus nascent, that is the nascent oxygen, you know. Yes, now this nascent oxygen react with iodine. So what we get iodine pentaoxide, that is iodine penta, how many oxygen? 5. Now this iodine pentaoxide when dissolved in water, so what we have HiO3, that is iodic acid. So what we have to do now? So at first balance 2NO2, 2HNO, also NO2, 2NO2, 4, 5, 6. I2, 5 in this case. What we have to do? We have to multiply over 5 over here. I2 5, H2O, HiO3. So how many? 2. So what we have to do? 2, H6. 5 and 1, 6. Balance. Yes. So at first we have to cancel this nascent oxygen. How many? 5. In this case, 1. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by 5. Yes. I2, 2NO2, I2, 5. Yes. Now we have to cancel this one, unnecessary. Now we have to adding and subtracting also. What we have? I2 multiplied by 5. Nitric acid. I2, okay, what see? IT, conc nitric acid. 5 to the 10. 10 nitric acid. In the right hand side, what we have? 2 H iodic acid plus what you see 2NO2 multiplied by 5. So what you get? 10 NO2 water 5 H2O, left side 1 H2O. So what we have to do? 4 H2O. Yes. So that is balance 2 I2 10HNO3 2HIO3 or H2 how much 4H2O. How many NO2? What is it? 10 NO2. Yes. Yes. So generally phosphorus and iodine are asked in examination. So these two are very, very important for you. So I think we know the partial equation. So at home we have to practice all these. If you practice, you have never problem. Otherwise, you have some problem, I think. Next one is reaction with inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds. Like first one is hydrogen sulfide. So when hydrogen sulfide is treated with dilute nitric acid, we get water, nitric oxide, and what you see sulfur. So in all cases, what you see oxidation reaction. So that is very simple. So what you see H2S hydrogen sulfide when reacted with dilute nitric acid. So what we have H2O plus nitric oxide plus sulfur. Sulfur arrow indicating downward means what you see deposition of sulfur. So in this case -2, in this case what you see oxidation number 0. So dilute nitric acid, sulfur. So when you balance this one, this is nitric oxide. You know that is the nitric oxide. So when you balance, what do we get over here? 2HNO3, 3H2S, 2HNO2NO. How many H2O? 4H2O. So what you see 2NO and what you see 3 sulfur. Yes, that is balanced chemical equation. This is first one. Now the second one is reaction with, that very important for you. So reaction with what you see ferrous sulfate. Sulfate in presence of sulfuric, that is also no ring test for nitrate ion. It's very, very important. So at first we have to write the language. So when ferrous sulfate is reacted with dilute nitric acid, nitric acid in presence of conc sulfuric acid. At first, ferric sulfate compound, ferrous sulfate compound and nitric oxide compound is obtained. Now, nitric oxide reacts with excess of ferrous sulfate in presence of water we get nitroso ferrous sulfate compound, and it gives brown ring in between the solution. Like at first what we see, ferrous sulfate dilute nitric acid plus conc sulfuric acid. So what we have, ferric sulfate plus what is it, H2O plus nitric oxide. Now this nitric oxide excess plus NO in presence of water. So what we get, H2 penta NO what is it, plus sulfate, yes, plus that is here what you see, complex compound. So when you balance this one, so what we have, 6 nitric sulfuric acid is how much, 3 what you see, nitric acid is 2, left hand side, right hand side is what you see, 3 ferric sulfate, 4H2O, and how much is 2 NO. In second step, what you see, ferrous sulfate plus NO plus 5H2O. So what you get, Fe H2O5 NO. This is large bracket, complex compounds what we have. So that is also known as what you see, penta. How many water? Penta aqua. So how many? 5 iron nitrosyl. Aqua nitrosyl iron second sulfate. Due to formation, this one is what we get, brown bring. Yes. So that is very important reaction. Yes, I think you have clear. So why brown ring is formed? Due to complex compound. This one's how many water? 5. So what's the penta aqua? What's the nitrosyl? NitroSyl, nitrosyl. Iron second state, what do you see? Second sulfate. The valency oxidation state of iron is +2. Three, reaction with, that is also asked, reaction with potassium iodide. When potassium iodide reacted nitric acid, dilute nitric acid, we get potassium nitrate, water, what you see, nitric oxide and iodine. Yes. So major reaction is like this: potassium iodide plus what you see, H2O plus what you see, dilute nitric acid is what we have, potassium nitrate, water plus nitric oxide plus iodine. Now question arises, how can you get this product? So at first what we have, dilute nitric acid decomposes and what to get, H2O plus, NO plus, nascent oxygen. Yes. Now this potassium iodide react with dilute nitric acid. So what we have, potassium nitrate plus Hi, hydrogen iodide. Now this hydrogen iodide reacts with oxygen and what we have, H2O plus I2. Yes. So now we have to balance this one. Not necessary water. So it is dilute nitric acid. So when balance you how much? So what is 6, 3, 2H2O. Yes. How many nitrogen? 2 NO, 1 oxygen and what is it? 2 oxygen, 3. And what is it? 2 and 1, 3, 4. So how much we have to add over here? 2 oxygen, 3 oxygen. So what we have to add? 3 oxygen. Ki, KNO3 plus HY. H already balanced. HI, H2O. So what we have to balance by H2, 2H, 2I. How many oxygen? 1 oxygen. So that is already balanced. Now we have to cancel. So what we have? How many oxygen over here? 3. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by whole chemical reaction by 3. Yes. Then what do you say? 6. So how many? KNO3, Ki. So in this case we have to Hi. So we have to multiply by 6. Yes. So at last what we get? 6 Ki. 6 Ki on adding and subtracting. What we have? 8 HNO3. In right hand side what we have? 6 KNO3 plus what we say 4 H2O plus 2 NO plus what we see 3 I2. So you can write 6 Ki 8 HNO3. Right hand side what you see KNO3 how much 6 H2O how much 4 what do you see 2 NO I2 how much 3 I2. Yes, so that is already balanced. So we have to check whether it is correct or not. This third one. Now fourth one is like this. Reaction with sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, you know the formula? SO2. So when SO2 is reacted with conc nitric acid, we get sulfuric acid and nitrogen dioxide gas. Sequence. That is the chemical language. Now we have to write by what you see chemical equation over here. So what we have SO2 plus conc nitric acid. So when heated, so what we have sulfuric acid plus nitrogen dioxide. So after balancing, what we get SO2 2HNO3 and what we see H2SO4 2NO2. That is balance. Yes. So when asked in examination, sometimes ask you what to see with phosphorus, sometimes ask you with iodine, and in this case last one is very important, that is what you see ferrous sulfate, nitric acid and what is sulfuric acid. Sometimes ask you with potassium iodide, sometimes ask you H2S, yes, sometimes ask you what's potassium iodide. So we have to practice all these, and after practice I think you know all these. Yes. So thank you for watching this interesting video. I think you have already subscribed it and convey your friends for learning. So have a nice day. Be healthy, be happy, be bona fide like Sila, bona fide in chemistry like silicon.